of the FUT Champions Cup presented by PS4 is about to begin. So let's throw it over to our casters. Now, guys, I know I need some predictions from you. What's happening? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Obviously, it's Championship Sunday. If you can't get excited about that, I don't know what you can get excited about. But I'm going to go first on predictions today. And surprise, surprise, I'm going to be picking F2TEKKZ. How can you bet against a man who hasn't, barely loses in Bucharest, let alone, doesn't win trophies? So F2TEKKZ for me, it's got to be.
Okay, Gaskin, how about you?
We did chat with Tex yesterday, and he said that he thinks if he can beat NRASECK, he'll win the whole tournament. He sounded confident. Have to go with the young maestro himself. I think he's going to take this and probably the whole tournament.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy the game. Have a good call.
Thanks, Jimmy. And it's time to get into it. Our first game of the day and our first semi-final of the day. We're going to be covering the Xbox side of things today. So we'll follow all of the players through to that cross-console final. F2TEKKZ taking on NRASECK. And I want to start off by talking about NRASECK as the action gets underway. He's managed to grind out some results in this tournament to get to this particular point. This is his biggest test, without a doubt, though. Can he go one step further here than the Germans have managed in recent times and pick up a tournament win down?
He's managed to take down players like Dax, like Shuri, in, as what you say, grindy matches, very closely contested, just one goal in it. But now he's really going to be up against it, against the best in the world in TEKKZ. TEKKZ said himself, I didn't play that well yesterday, I had to grind out some games, and then we saw him dominate Senna, 11 goals to 1. He really was on fire, and he'll really want to continue that form coming into today.
Yeah, one thing I was impressed about NRASECK yesterday was the fact that his powers of concentration. He was playing against Dax, and we know that Dax is such a possession-based player, likes to take his time and pick those passes and almost grind you down. But he managed to deal with that. And TEKKZ, we know his attacking prowess and what he can bring to the table as far as goal scoring is concerned. You only have to look back to that game that you mentioned about Senna. He can create chances. It's about staying focused, not letting your focus break at any point in the game. And then, of course, taking your chances, which is something that he did exceptionally well yesterday. Corner here for NRASECK. But TEKKZ makes that tackle with Lionel Messi, and now he'll come away.
TEKKZ has played 25 matches of FIFA in Bucharest in total. He's only lost one of those matches. He lost to Los Uruguayas 92, and that was in his first FUT Champs Cup 1. And somehow he still has the ball here with Ronaldo.
Oh, what a save from Van der Sar. The follow-up, though, from Mbappe is going to be turned home. And there we go. F2TEKKZ opens up the scoring here in Bucharest. He just loves Romania.
That'll be his 221st goal scored in total this season. So many goals this young man has been able to put in the back of the net. It's incredible, really, the skill that we've seen and the different varieties of how he scored as well. It's not always been the same. He's found different methods to beat different players. And now NRASECK has to try and come back from behind, but TEKKZ is going to continue to apply pressure.
He's so direct with the way that he plays as well. He's always looking for that space in behind the fullbacks. Pulling down the edge of the box for TEKKZ. Looking to double his lead. Waiting for that ball. Messi strikes it. Goes near post there, trying to catch NRASECK off guard there. Maybe looking for that more regular finesse across goal. But he read it well. TEKKZ mixing things up already, though, and he's won the ball back almost immediately here. TEKKZ's pressure has really been effective so far in this game.
And he's always looking for that through ball to Mbappe as well. The Team of the Year FUT item is absolutely incredible at just getting in behind those defenders. He somehow feels faster than the normal gold Mbappe, even though realistically they should have the same statistics once you apply a chemistry item. But either way, Mbappe has done some serious work in the past couple of tournaments since the new introduction of those items. But TEKKZ just with the goal lead. NRASECK will be more than happy he's been able to defend a couple of those shots. His goalkeeper movement was good yesterday, and it seems like it has carried on through to today.
There's only the one goal on the board here for F2TEKKZ. You can see NRASECK started to sort of grow into this game a little bit here, just trying to take his time, build up himself now. Neymar on the edge of the box, looks towards that back post, and we did see him utilising that deep cross into the back post towards Cristiano Ronaldo. Effectively yesterday, it was the goal that, the technique he used to find that goal in the last few minutes to actually beat Dax. So TEKKZ has got to be more than aware of that, but you have to be aware of this ball in behind your fullbacks, over the top. TEKKZ loves to utilise it so much. And sometimes it's easier said than done to defend, as Vieira has to do some defensive work here for the German. Does it well. And now Mbappe is going to try and stride away from a fellow Frenchman in the middle there. Of course, that being Patrick Vieira.
One major thing that sets aside TEKKZ from your average FIFA player, and to be honest, most pro players, and what sets them aside from average players is their awareness of the radar. They're very much looking at the bottom of their screen and looking at what runs their players are making that they can't see on their current screen. For example, just switching the ball from right back to left back, they'll notice there's acres of space for one of their fullbacks, and they'll instantly switch across because then you just have so much more time to build up an attack, and those players are naturally going to be making more runs as well in front of them. So keep an eye on that one and just watch for when these players are switching the ball across the field.
A little bit of frustration there from TEKKZ. Having given that ball away, you can see once again looking for that ball in behind. He knows maybe the timing wasn't quite there for that pass, and now NRASECK's going to come away once more. Ronaldo, that's a great little ball inside. TEKKZ trying to defend that near post, but he can't do it. The game's tied up at 1-1. Lionel Messi with a cheeky little finish into that near post. Managed to squeeze it between David De Gea. It's actually Courtois, sorry, in goal this time for TEKKZ. And that near post. And now we're back on level terms.
And you could see TEKKZ was trying to just defend the cutback across goal, whereas NRASECK has noticed ever so slightly a tiny little gap between Courtois and his post. And that is what NRASECK can do. When he was going up against Dax, he was absolutely dominated in terms of possession. I think it was at one point 70 to 30%. But he still held on. He still was able to hit him on the counter-attack. And, of course, he prevailed and he got that victory. That's why he's here against TEKKZ today. It's something that TEKKZ does need to be aware of.
Space here for Neymar. There is a man over. Oh, and he reads it. Oh, the timing was off. What a huge chance that was for Rogues NRASECK. That was a huge opportunity. He split the defense of TEKKZ apart there. But unfortunately, when it mattered, we talk about how clinical he was. For once, he was let down by his finishing.
And that seems to happen when players go up against TEKKZ. Mistakes do crop up a little bit more, whether it be defensively or offensively, like that, just taking the red rather than a green. Several times, opponents yesterday against TEKKZ were just giving the ball away with their goalkeeper. They were slightly rushing it. And I don't know whether that's just because they know they're going up against the best player in the world.
Ronaldo towards that back post, and Mbappe with that spring that we saw so much yesterday and the day before. TEKKZ gets away with another scary moment there, but NRASECK with this 4-2-2 really is putting TEKKZ under pressure every single time that he goes forward. And talking about pressure, Marcelo now wins the ball back. And here comes the German once more.
I think it is important to apply pressure as well. You don't want to just give TEKKZ confidence and give him so much time on the ball that he feels like he can just naturally play his own game and he will eventually find goals. If you can apply that pressure and make him feel a little bit maybe scared every time you're going forward with the ball. He's only 17 years old. Of course, he is going to have doubts in the back of his mind, but for a 17-year-old, he has great temperament, I've got to say.
He's got a little bit fortunate here, TEKKZ, to get that ball back with Mbappe. Goes for the cricketer, goes out for a corner. Chance here just before the half-time whistle. He's going to whip this win into the box. Oh, no, he gets there. Great handling from Edwin van der Sar in goal there for NRASECK. And I think that is going to be it. You can hear the half-time whistle going. All tied up here, 1-1 in our Xbox semi-final.
And just saw a glimpse of unpredictability again from TEKKZ. Usually from corners, he will play that short, and then he'll look to the edge of the box to maybe try and hit a finesse shot or just try and work his way in with a couple of skills. But maybe because a lot of players have seen he does that, now he's just going for that near post header. He just switches things up at the right moments. He tries to keep his opponents on his toes. It's what he's done so successfully over these last 4 or 5 tournaments.
Second half underway then. Tied up, as you would expect these semi-finals to be. An incredibly close affair. And you have to say, the first half of that first half was F2TEKKZ's game. But NRASECK really grew into it. And you have to say, the last half belongs to the German. Digs this one into the box again and looking for the jump of Mbappe. Vieira does well defensively there for TEKKZ. And that's going to be a really interesting battle there. Can TEKKZ stop these back post headers?
Of course, TEKKZ not going down the line of some of the players that are in this tournament of playing Ramos at right back, for example. He is sticking with the traditional players that he has used for the past couple of tournaments in the defensive areas. And whether that will punish him for those back post headers will remain to be seen. But he's done well thus far.
Here's Neymar then. Varane pulled out of position here, but importantly, Messi got a little touch on that because it was space in behind. Neymar now turns back onto his right foot, decides to go back onto his left. Doesn't matter which way he goes, he's looking for the back post, he's looking for Ronaldo, and he finds Ronaldo. We asked the question, Dan, can TEKKZ defend against that? Well, there's your answer. NRASECK again utilising that cross into the box and utilising that Team of the Year FUT item Ronaldo's incredible jumping and heading statistics.
And this is the thing, I don't think it matters if you're the best player in the world or not. Defending a header against Ronaldo is nigh impossible. It's an incredible FUT item. However, Alexandro at the back post, Marcelo at the back post, they're constantly being beaten. We're seeing Ramos being put out on the right-hand side. Should we see Ramos be put on the left-hand side? Should we see Ramos, Van Dijk and Varane all being played at the back maybe? There's definitely going to be changes made by some people, or at least they're going to look at those possibilities. Whilst Sandro, whilst Walker, they're absolutely incredible at defending high up the pitch. There are weaknesses for the likes of Marcelo, for the likes of Sandro, because of the height issue.
TEKKZ then finds himself down by 1. As we approach the last half hour here of our first leg, Messi on the edge of the box for the youngster. Tries to turn back, Ronaldo gets a piece of it, but well defended again by NRASECK. Now he'll bring it away, and he'll be happy to have possession of the ball. Start eating down the clock a little bit as well. Messi now into Neymar. Look at the space in behind here. Razek looking for more here. Messi back to Ronaldo. Lovely fake shot. Look at the room for Messi. He has to finish, and he does. It's 3-1 to NRASECK, and he just tore F2TEKKZ apart.
Is it just the rogue shirt? There's something about it. It just seems like they can get the better of TEKKZ. MS Dasari, goal machine. They've already taken this man down. Is Razek going to be the next one on the list? It would be another console semi-final exit for TEKKZ.
What a move that was from NRASECK. I thought he was going to go for the through ball down the middle. You saw Neymar just kind of sprinting away, but the extra little pass back just opened up TEKKZ's defense, left that space for Messi, and great composure in front of goal as well, waiting for that goalkeeper movement before finding the finish and just sliding it in after TEKKZ had committed his goalkeeper one way. So then, the tournament certainly has heated up now on Championship Sunday. 2 goals the difference between the two players. And then NRASECK really has controlled this game as well. TEKKZ hasn't had an answer since that first goal that he put on the board. It's been all NRASECK, and he's looking for another one now with that first time finesse. Corner here to the German.
Does seem like Razek is kind of sussed out the way that TEKKZ has been moving forward. He's been intercepting a couple of good passes from TEKKZ, and then he's just been attacking very quickly, trying to catch TEKKZ off guard. But the TEKKZ that I know, and the TEKKZ that is what he's capable of, is what scares me. When he notices that he's in a little bit of a rut and he's not maybe getting the chances that he should be, he does switch things up, whether that be player personnel or whether it just be, all right, I'm going to try a few skill moves, I'm going to go down different areas of the pitch. We will see something both in this first leg and the second leg to try and combat what Razek's doing.
Sandro wins the ball back for F2TEKKZ. He's looking to immediately hit on the counter-attack here. Look at this. Eusebio fresh on the pitch. Striding forward now. Vieira's going to pick this up. Distributes it now to Ruud Gullit. You feel that TEKKZ needs a goal to keep this close as we head towards the second leg here. 2 goals is going to be a big difference. Eusebio, great goalkeeper movement though. Coming in from NRASECK. He's been watching a lot of TEKKZ gameplay, you can tell there. Shifting his goalkeeper across, made a fairly comfortable save.
The least goals that TEKKZ has scored this tournament was 3 against Ajax Danny. Otherwise, he's scored at least, what, 6 or 7, even 11 against Senna. He knows he can get goals. He knows he will have chances. I don't think being behind by 2 will kind of hurt him too much going into the second leg. But if that becomes 3 goals, that's when things start to get really scary for TEKKZ, I feel.
Mbappe's looking dangerous inside the box here. Little bit of trickery, tiny little drag bet there just to keep TEKKZ guessing. Vieira wins it back. Mbappe gets there first. It drops luckily here for Razek, and he finds a great ball in. It's Bale, Team of the Year Bale. We haven't seen much of him so far this tournament, and he was on that left foot. And he's forced another corner here. Vieira lays this one back to Ramos. Here is Ruud Gullit. Little bit of space here for Lala. Lots of space here for Ronaldo. Ronaldo goes near post, strikes the upright, and on the follow-up, it's 4-1 to Rogues NRASECK, and it is Gareth Bale who gets on the score sheet.
Well, I think TEKKZ just must be sick of seeing that in-game kit by this point. 3 goals behind now. I said this might be just too much. But surely there is still life in TEKKZ just yet. They were speaking on the couch about how important these Global Series ranking points are. 850 up for grabs if you win this game. That would take NRASECK up to 1,684 points. Well, they said should be enough to qualify him for playoffs. What they said should be enough to qualify him even for the finals. And what a way to get there if he were to beat TEKKZ.
What a performance this has been from the German in this first half, in this first leg, I should say, the first half of this game. 4-1. And it's not been a lucky 4-1. It's been a controlled 4-1. It's been a concise 4-1. And it's been a deserved 4-1. He's just played TEKKZ off the park for the majority of this game. Can TEKKZ find a little lifeline towards the end of this game? Vieira comes forward now, drives one in towards Mbappe, but that pass was wayward. NRASECK will bring the ball away again. And now it is just time off the clock here for the German. This is job done as far as the first leg is concerned. Going in with a 3-goal advantage into the second leg. We don't see much emotion from him during the game, but you can probably feel there'll be a little smile coming across his face if he manages to keep this scoreline. We're into stoppage time here, and there is the final whistle. What a performance in our first leg of the Xbox semi-final from that man on your screen. 4-1, the result.